How's it going, peeps? Oh, yeah. My basement's a little crowded right now. I have 15 boxes of home free merch right now, and I'm also working a piano action. I have to go through every single one of those um, and replace a bunch of stuff. Heidi, you should be sleeping. How's everybody doing right now? Oh, so did everybody have a good weekend? Yay, nay. I had fun. I went to the fair. Got sick on the spider. That was bad. Made me feel old. Uh, hey, Pentatonics. They're gonna be in St. Paul coming up. I just talked to Avi. Homework's overrated. And yes, Pam, I am an old man. Very old. Almost 30. Canada. Where in Canada do you say you're from? I only caught the end of that. Yep, Avi is pretty darn awesome. He's a cool cat. And that makes you, Pam, you. I'm not gonna answer that. That's a trick question. Uh, Good day, mate. Wait, we have somebody from Australia? I've been working on my Australian accent. It's not very good, but I actually turned my Siri to Australian and watched a few of Von Strahovski interviews to try to get it down. All I can think about is Keith Urban. Midwest or middle of the country, Minnesota, Minneapolis right now. Oh, I got a haircut in Pine City. Not the best haircut I've ever had, but it happened. Oh, I'm sorry, Pamela. What was that? I need to preface that thank you. That Pam does not actually like to be called Pamela. Apparently, I am the only one that can call her that and get away with it. So, you should call her Pam unless you want to be in trouble. We will have kid shirts. Technically they're extra small. I think we'll have them in one or two shirts. They won't be in a lot of quantity, but we should have some available. Thank you. I know I'll always get away with it. I will try my best on the accent. Keith Urban, mate. It's kind of crazy. I only kid because I care. So where in Australia? I keep seeing somebody pop up from there. Where in Australia you're from? Home and away. Allison, what's that? Derby was awesome. It's always awesome. Every year I wanna. Oh, gotcha. Derby is amazing. South Australia. I need to look at a map. My geography is terrible these days. I used to know a fair amount about Australia back in high school, but it's been a while, long while. Hey Janice, how's it going? Ah, gotcha. Oh, don't challenge me to bumper cars. I am pretty much the best. Really tough to beat. Ask all my cousins. I was a little disappointed I couldn't get. Actually, a lot of the people you saw in that were. I have been to North Carolina a few times. All the cousins you saw were my cousins' kids. So all my cousins, I'm the youngest. Me and my sister are the youngest by 17 or 18 years. My mom's the youngest by 17 years on that side of the family. So uh, I'm the youngest with my sister in that family. So we all my cousins are like 45. If we can find ourselves at a fair at some point and there are bumper cars around, I will challenge Pam to a bumper car. Bu Bump off? I don't know. I don't want to make this weird. I will challenge Pam to a derby too, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty good with a wrench and a welder, so I hope I can make a pretty cool car. That's a lie. I'll probably lose miserably. A bump off. I think that's what we're gonna call it now. Yep. Ooh, question for Australia. Do you guys also run cars into each other for entertainment purposes? I always wondered that. Are we just that privileged in our country that we take vehicles that still work and ruin them because it's entertaining? Oh, well, that's good. I'm assuming that yeah meant that we're not the only people. So that's good. Whew. Well, England, you drive on the wrong side of the road, so you run into people because you're on the wrong side of the road. Oh, good, you got my CD. Hopefully, I've I have a song finished. I need to sit down and do it. I'm working in Iowa right now, installing sound system for the last week and next week and the week after, so it's been kind of crazy. Yeah, that's probably true. We wait, Aussies drive on the wrong side of the road too? Oh no. Well, that's not going to be good for me. I still have the gold pants. Beer is always good. I don't drink a ton of it though. I do, however, um, like a glass of whiskey occasionally. Although I've been training for a triathlon, so that has been cut back significantly. Not sure about Fire Road coming up anytime soon. We have been in the midst of summer stuff. Jamie's been playing a lot, and we're hoping to get stuff rolling here before tour starts, maybe a thing or two recorded, but it's really tough coordinating schedules right now. So wintertime will definitely be more conducive to getting together and getting stuff ready. But by the way, I just have to say, if I have never been to Australia, but I so want to go because I feel like everything I've researched about it is super cool. Ooh, hello, Ireland. Also, Ireland. Oh, Irish. I cannot do an Irish accent for the life of me, nor can any of my friends. That's a difficult one. So, what time is it in Ireland right now? Are you guys ahead or behind us? Oh, wait, you would be ahead of us, correct? I think so. Because East Coast would be ahead of us, so you guys would be like 6, 7 hours ahead of us. I think early morning ahead. What time? Like 5, 6 in the morning? I love that people from all over the world can check these things out because I always like meeting people from places that aren't where I'm from. Because as exciting as people are where I'm from, they're also a lot like me, and I can get boring sometimes. I like different. Different's good. Oh, what are these hearts on the side? I'm still getting the hang of this. Your southern drawl. Actually, fun fact, half my family is from the south. They currently live in Missouri and Illinois, but originally from that family's from Mississippi. So I do have a strong Southern heritage on one side of the family. I didn't see Rob's Periscope. I was doing something. I actually left my phone in my bedroom all day and just kind of took a day off. Oh, got it. Adoration from an English teacher. Those are big words. Rob has very fun Periscopes. Um, I really like to heckle him, so I probably should have joined in, but I was busy working on this thing over here. I love my new phone because it works and Siri works, and I told her I was naked, and she had a really funny comeback. I don't remember what it was though. This is what I use technology for. Uh, Laughing. Uh, I'll have to go check those out. Rob is probably one of my favorite people to ever hang out with, along with pretty much his whole family, because they're very entertaining. And actually, another fun fact, Rob and I played football against each other and didn't even know it until I started working with Home Free 6 years ago. He grew up about 3 blocks from where I went to church growing up. So we have a lot of mutual friends that we didn't know about until we started working together. So that was fun. It was a kind of crazy coincidence, small world stuff. Yeah, he did not have a manly beard back in high school. I've seen a few high school pictures. He definitely is a little bit more of a man now. 40 minutes long. Uh, it's about as long as our golf escapades. Escapades. Jeez, I haven't even had very much of this. He is. It was fun. I went over and broke up a bunch of pieces of concrete in his front yard, and that was pretty entertaining in itself. Oh, yes, definitely. Fred is awesome. Fred is also a very, very entertaining person. Um, I saw Chris did his first one. He's a little late to the game. I feel like he's normally on top of the social media stuff. I'm gonna have to give him a little crap about that. Oh, Rob, I will heckle the teddy bear. Who won who won the battle? Rob. Chris will make a good comeback. I can feel it. I'm gonna agree with the calling it scoping. I just went to a shoulder doctor and they said if I'm good to go unless I dislocate my shoulder again, which in that case they're gonna have to scope my shoulder. So yeah, I also agree. It's kind of weird that uh, periscope is being called scope. It just yeah, it sounds very clinical. Um, I like the bump off. I think bump off is definitely a level above scoping. Yeah. Thank you. It's kind of short right now. I was gonna let it go a little bit, but then I just lost my patience. I used to have long hair. It's a lot of work. Ooh, is that Felony Melanie? Hello. Now you're just making it dirty, Pam. Try to keep it clean. This is a clean scope. Yeah. I didn't. You did. You kept saying it. I'm gonna agree with Georgine that scope equals intrusive. Uh, yeah, PG. Oh yes, we should probably let the newcomers know that bump off does equal bumper car um, competition, not anything weird. Ugh. So what have you guys all been up to? Anything fun? Oh, Chris is always funny. Such a weird technology. I like this a lot better in Twitter because that makes me not have to be so creative with writing things. I can just say stupid things that come off the top of my head. We haven't been in, or I don't know. We won't be coming up in Wisconsin anytime soon, because Home Free has a bunch of stuff coming up. So I'm with them. I'll actually be, ooh, if you're gonna be in Casson, Minnesota, I'm gonna make an appearance. I don't even think the guys know that yet, so don't tell them. It's gonna be a surprise. Running in Utah? Oh no, Rob Lundquist is here. I was talking about you. All bad things. It's awesome because Rob can blow up my Periscope, and I'll see it. If I blow up his goes so fast that he doesn't ever see mine. Oh no. Yep, secret's out. Hey Rob, I'm gonna be in Casson with you if I didn't tell you. Oh, I see I see how it is. You just ignore me. Story of my life. You're kind of like all the ladies. I have no idea when the actual release is. I just sell the merch. I should probably ask at some point. I believe I will have it for fall tour at some point. Uh, Rob, when did you become a man and grow a beard? I was trying to figure that out earlier. Actually don't know much about new merch. We're in the process of stuff right now. Junior high. Yes, you were that guy. Uh, yep, one dude. The guy to girl ratio is, I guess, really good if you're a guy. Cool. Casting will be fun then. Just don't make me stay up too late because I have to do a triathlon the next day in Green Lake, Minnesota. Oh, we got another dude. I need profile pics. This is getting tough with everybody's Twitter handles. Nah, wow. If it was his first, it's because nobody knew he was there. So ask me questions. We'll have an open forum. Appropriate ones, of course. Well, Pamela, yours is easy. Apple juice question mark. Yes, it's apple juice. Actually, I'll do a shout out. It is Bullet Bourbon. Um, it's probably my favorite bourbon right now. Other whiskeys, I love Jameson. Is there a booger in my nose? Ah, we're good. I will not be at the Iowa State Fair. I always bite the bullet. Of course, it's apple juice. Uh, yeah, thanks. I appreciate the tissue, the digital tissue. Last movie scene. Ooh, good night. Catch you on the flip side. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Last movie I saw. Oh, I got it. I call you Pamela. You call me Booger. Fine with me. It's better than my nicknames in junior high and high school. I last movie. Um, I watched Her last night, but I own that one. It's a decent movie. I like it. You can call me Booger. It doesn't really bother me. Focus, focus. Last movie. What did I last see in the theaters? I feel like I went with my brother-in-law and we went to, was it Transformers? Maybe? What? Yeah, Transformers was definitely one of them. I saw two in a week, and I don't see very many movies in theaters. Mate, that's awesome. I can be mate. Wait, teddies? As I don't get it. What's a teddy? Like a teddy bear? I have the home free teddy bear sitting over out of sight. Howdy, howdy. Uh, lingerie. What about lingerie? I don't actually own any. I I buy all my jeans. I bought Levi 527s. I bought like four pair of them the last time because I hate shopping. Um, that's kind of what I figured, but I didn't want to go there. So I am a guy when it comes to shopping. I buy everything in bulk, and I buy all the same shirts just in different colors. A lot of plaid, a lot of jeans, and a lot of white tees with a couple gray tees. Hey, Mississippi. Nice to have you. My family is originally from there, long, long ways back. My great grandfather used to own a bunch of land down there. That's PG. Have you watched TV lately? See ya, LA lover. Love you. Arkansas. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll be there soon. I will not be at the Iowa State Fair. I don't believe. All right, we'll see you later, Detroit. It's funny. I'll tell you a story about one time I was in a wedding, and I had the privilege of walking down the aisle with twins, and they were the super awesome girls. We became friends really quick, and it's actually one of my favorite people. She lives in LA now, works on it. Oh, come on, Rob. What do you want? Walked down the aisle with twins, and we had just met each other a couple days before, and we're sitting in the basement with the whole bridal shower and or bridal party, and I ended up like there was an awkward moment, and being a Minnesota fan, I've always just said in awkward moments, "Hey, how about them twins?" Thinking like, like the Twins baseball, and and everyone got really awkward. So now the running joke in that group of friends is, "How about them twins?" And I was not referring to the twins I was walking down the aisle with. But God bless them for having a good sense of humor. Rob, what do you want me to talk about? Give me something here. I need some. Somebody asked me some questions that you want answers to. Again, that are appropriate. I haven't actually, this is my first class. I don't drink much right now. I'm kind of getting old and responsible, I guess. I don't know. Rob, shouldn't you be asleep or practicing songs for the tour? What secrets? You have to ask me questions. I've had my beard since December 21st, or whenever the Mankato show was last. I haven't shaved, well, I've shaved it once since then, completely off, but then I let it grow back. Ugh, Rob. I would just like to say that I golfed amazing. I was on par for an 88, but we had to quit a couple holes early because there was like six groups ahead of us that just didn't stop and we had to go to the Derby. So, Rob, are you being productive? Why are you sitting here on my Periscope? Shouldn't you be learning stuff? That's generally a true statement. I do drink more on tour, primarily because 80, 90% of the food I have to eat is at a bar. Uh, well, sleep well, my bearded friend. Rob is a stalker. Rob's my responsible friend. Make sure I don't do anything too crazy. Like sleep talk. Actually, I was sleep talking the other night and I woke myself up. I was almost standing out of bed. It was so weird. I was a little disappointed Tim wasn't there to help me out. Nah, they're not bad influences. Rob actually might be a stalker. I've caught him a few times driving around my block just for the sake of it. Uh, I didn't cry help. I don't even remember what this dream was about. I was down in Mankato and I just woke up and I was like getting ready to stand out of bed. Thanks, you like my sport wallpaper from high school? I do have a nice house. Rob enjoys looking at it. My favorite home free song, Honey, I'm Good. I was actually sitting at a table oh, good night, Robert. I was actually sitting at a table at the Pine County Fair and there were some ladies geeking out to home free at the table next to me. I cannot escape it. Booger's not too bad. I'll take it. Yeah, Honey, I'm Good might be the one that comes to the top of my head. Um, that's fine, Pamela. It bugs you a lot more than it bugs me. The joke at the beginning of last tour, because Rob had a cold, and every day the crew would ask him, "Are you good enough to sing 'Honey, I'm Good?" Because we wanted to hear it. And yeah, we finally got him better enough so he could sing it. And by we, I mean I'd had nothing to do with him getting better. In fact, I probably made it worse by sleep talking and keeping him up at night. We are actually done for the summer right now. Johnny's booked out the rest of August, and then we go on tour in September. So, summer in the country is a good tune. I look forward to learning all the words of this tour coming up. Is your name Pan? 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 Is that with an N? If anybody watches Step Brothers, you get that reference. Um, I honestly didn't listen to a lot of acapella though before I started working with Home Free. In fact, I honestly don't know if I knew what it was. It was a nightmare. It was like I was running from something. It's is that Pam? Pan. Definitely Pan. I can't wait to get out to NC2. My one of my best friends is moving out there. Her husband's deployed in South Korea right now, and he'll be back, and they're moving to North Carolina. So that'll be fun because I think she's going to be at the show, so it'll be awesome. She has a little 2 year old Damien, and he calls me Funkle also, so he's awesome. I was not running from home fries. I embrace that love. I try not to run. So that's awesome. Spanish. Yeah, I pretty much just speak gibberish unless I'm yelling for help, apparently. At least that's what I'm told. I don't really know. I will wake myself up occasionally, though. So, yeah, actually, I got to hang out with my friend's stepson. He's 5, and just the cutest kid ever. I had to drive him to the hospital because they're having twins. My buddy and his lady, and his stepson is 5 and has blonde curly hair, just a little Q-tip, and he's Fuck, I love it. And he calls me Funkle Nathan too. It's like catching on, I guess. When did I meet up with Home Free? I worked at a music store with Johnny F., our lighting director, and he had hired me to do a bunch of stuff. And him and I have been working together for almost 10 years now. And the first Home Free Christmas tour was about 6 years ago that I was on, and he needed help. So he hired me. They didn't actually, I didn't know them. And the rest is history. Chris is the one that kept calling me to do things. In fact, I've built a granite top bar in Chris's basement. I've trimmed out Adam's basement. I've broken up concrete in Rob's front yard. And Tim and Austin don't live around here, so I haven't done any work for them. But I did a bunch of that random stuff. I drove their RV a lot. I ran sound for a long time. I've done most jobs on tour for them at some point. So it's been a lot of fun. That's kind of how I stuck around. I just eh, did whatever they needed and figured out all the stuff that, needed to happen. So, yeah, 3,000 hearts. I'm winning right now. You drive an RV too. I say, worst moment of driving their RV, pulling into Minot, North Dakota, negative 20 degrees outside in the middle of, right before the winter section of the tour happened in the fall. And differential went out, pumpkin glowing orange. And the police officer that came to help me was like my age and just beautiful. And I really wanted to ask her out, but then I realized she was in Minot. And I didn't know if it was appropriate to ask out an on-duty police officer. But she was a sweetheart, so if you ever get stopped in Minot, I don't even remember her name, but if it's a lady, she's about 30 years old, cut her some slack because she's awesome. I have, I like to figure things out. I like to fix things with my hands, and I like to figure things out, and there's nothing that I won't try. I will do my best to make things work. Yeah, Pamela, you broke my phone. It's ridiculous. This apple juice is good. Actually, I don't know what happened to it. I think it came that way. I never used any Siri or anything. It wasn't until Periscope that I realized it was. I can't keep up with all. Who do I not know? I didn't catch the name on the who do I not know who they are. There's a good chance I know who you are. I got a pretty good memory up here. I'm not great with names to begin with, but faces I definitely I'm good with. Oh, see, I don't feel like there should be a team Pam or a team Nate. I think there should be a team Pan and a team Nate. I might remember you. I can't see. The things disappear too quick. I can't see them. I might remember you if you stopped at the merch booth. I mean, I've seen a million faces and I've rocked them all. At least that's what I like to think. Pam, you are a bad influence on people. Oh, you got pocket shots. What cities you get pocket shots in? I remember everything by cities. How many gifts do I get from home fries? Fair amount. I mean, it's hard to quantify, but I get a lot on the road, which is super fun. I love gifts. Um, so I'd like to take this opportunity to say, if anybody's looking to buy me a gift, Bullet Bourbon, always a good gift. Pam, you are an angel. and it's recorded now for the whole world to hear and see. Yeah, Nate's Hot Pockets. That was unexpected. I was not. Ooh, Fireball. I just got distracted. You said Fireball and Squirrel. Oh, gift cards are always fun. I don't know. Apple's always a good one. I own so many Apple products, and I didn't even try to. They just all integrated, and I love it for recording and video software. So, yeah, Apple's good. Any restaurants. I always like trying different restaurants, so stuff like that's always cool. Squirrel. I am easily distracted on this thing. I see one and I'm like, ah. I am in Plymouth, Minnesota right now. It's actually been beautiful here. A little humid, but yeah. Oh, you guys know me all too well. Oh, I love it. Spaceship. Kansas City. I remember that one. My cousin and his daughters came to that one, and they didn't know who Home Free was before that, but my cousin posted a picture after with them in the group, and she's like 12 or 14, something like that now, and she was in love with Rob, and I just thought that was hilarious. It was awesome. Yes, totally random outbursts. It's very easy to get distracted on this thing. Any more tough I like alcohol bouquets, although we'll see you later, Janet. Um I don't know. I This summer has definitely been focusing on trying to be in shape and run and stuff. What's the meaning of life? Be excellent to each other. That's an easy one. Be the best version of yourself you can be, and I don't know. Simple as that. Positivity. Be happy. People be happy around you. It spreads, even if you don't think it does. It does. I am not going to see Pentatonics. I am going to. I forget where I'm going to be. Something else is going on. I was talking to Avi about being their runner for the day and driving him around if you need anything, but apparently management had already hired a runner, so I will not need to do that. But yeah, I think I'll be in Iowa for when they're in town. Lake Mills installing a very, very large sound system. Enjoy life, exactly. You will be there. I wish I could see them live. I've never seen them live. In fact, before Home Free was on the Sing Off, I watched the Sing Off, and they were my favorite group. I shouldn't say that. Delilah. Amy Whitcomb or Whitecomb, I forget her last name. Oh my gosh, so in love with her. She can sing. She just released a new album. And holy crap, she might be my favorite female singer of all time. She has an amazing voice. Yep, I will be in Iowa on Tuesday. Yeah, I keep telling the guys we need to utilize our connection so I can meet her, but they've not pulled through. The only cool people I've gotten to meet are Rob, really. I mean, and Chris, and Adam, and Tim, and Austin, who I used to have hair like, and I kind of wish I had hair like that, but it's a lot of work. Yeah, they're terrible wingmen, but when is New York? I will be there if it's after September 15th. He has David Coverdale hair, and only people probably in their 40s and 50s will understand that reference. But if you're a fan of Whitesnake, you know David Coverdale hair. Yeah, I used to have long hair down to like here. I had a lot of it. It's kind of straight. I look very, very Icelandic. My hair is very short right now. Favorite city other than my hometown? That is a good question. I lived in Mankato for 8 years, which is where I met Chris and Adam. Um, let's see. To visit, I might have to go with Vandalia, Illinois for sure, because my aunt and uncle live there, and it's the greatest place to go. And I have a lake place to go to in Minnesota, but and that which is awesome. But there's my aunt and uncle, or actually they're my great aunt and uncle, they're my dad's aunt and uncle, but amazing, amazing place, super fun. They had the girl next door that I grew up with, and she's a sweetheart. Just got married, and her and I have been friends forever, so I always had somebody to hang out with down there. So probably Vandalia, Illinois. Favorite band of all time? So many. I probably listen to Bon Jovi the most frequently, just because I feel like if you go through their whole, uh, all of their work, they have a lot of stuff that I can relate to. And they have a lot of different stuff. Some great little acoustic songs on some of their newer albums, and some great huge rock songs on their older ones, which I love. But I'm a huge Queen fan. Queen is probably Queen, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, Van Halen. Um, let's see who else. Poison. Although I don't listen to Poison a lot anymore. Um, Huge fan of. Let's see some of the newer stuff. I love Brad Paisley. The Scorpions are awesome. Um, who else? I mean, that's just I can't. Love and Theft. I really like them. Um, Actually, my sister is well friends with them, so I kind of know them, not in a great way, or we're not like super close, but I've hung out with them a handful of times. But yeah, I love hair bands. Um, so yeah, Steven's a cool cat. He's fun to hang out with. I've never really listened to Stain much. Um, I remember them having a song or two when I was in high school. I was that weird kid in high school because I graduated in '04, and I listened to more stuff that like my cousins listened to in the late '80s, early '90s. Like I listened to Vanilla Ice in 1998 when he was like absolutely the most uncool thing ever, and I loved it. But I'm a huge guitar fan. Anything with a lot of guitar in it. I actually started off as a guitar player before I started singing, because I wanted to be Eddie Van Halen in the worst way. And then I bought a couple Bon Jovi albums and met Johnny Moeller, and I decided, oh, Steelheart, oh, you just hit it. They are, he is probably one of the most talented singers I have ever heard in my life. He can do everything. I mean, him and Freddie Mercury probably have the largest ranges I've ever heard. Um, Freddie is a lot more. What's the word? Uh, Freddie isn't quite as rock, even though he has a crazy good rock voice. I can't even pronounce. They just call him Mike from Steelheart, I believe, because I can't pronounce his name. Um, but he can, through the roof, and he just has like the true hair metal voice. Sebastian Bach also very good. I love Skid Row. Youth Gone Wild. I used to rock out my '73 Torino in the high school parking lot, and people thought I was crazy. Favorite guitar. My favorite acoustic guitar is probably my Seagull. I call it my Bob Dylan guitar because it looks just I beat the crap out of it. But definitely my favorite guitar I play. Seagull's probably my favorite brand overall. Uh, at least for acoustics. For electrics, I really, really like, oh, I mean, I started with Jackson. Those are always fun. My favorite guitar player. See, I grew up on 50s all the way through 80s. 80s I'm definitely love, but man, there's a reason I wear a white shirt and jeans because I'm a huge James Dean fan. I grew up on the Beach Boys and Buddy Holly, so that's where my music kind of started. But favorite guitar player, Eddie Van Halen for sure, one of them. I love Vito Bratta from White Lion. He is. I actually would argue, and people will argue this with me. I think he took Eddie Van Halen to a more melodic level. Eddie Van Halen doesn't always, how do I say it? He kind of farts around on his solos sometimes, where Vito is much more melodic, and I like the more melodic side of that. So he took Eddie to a different, or he took him into a more melodic style, or like his style of playing, which I really like. Other favorite guitar players, Johnny Moeller for one, my guitar player. Man, he can play anything. I don't know how the heck I ever. The SRV, always a good one. Favorite drummer. Um, that's a tough one. Uh, I might have to go with uh, who? I mean, I love Alex Van Halen because he doesn't just hit the drums hard. He does a lot of cool, weird things that most rock drummers don't do because he was raised on like Ginger Baker and um oh, who are some of the other guys that he was influenced by? I forget, but Alex Van Halen definitely. I do, however, love Roger Taylor from Queen. I'm trying to think, who do I know really well as a drummer? It's been so long since I haven't played drums in a while. Rick Allen is pretty freaking awesome. From Def Leppard, he can do it. And I love his attitude about everything. Just the fact that he's going, like, he just lost his arms, like, I'm gonna do it. So I love that about him. Yeah, rock music one. Tommy Lee is really entertaining to me. I always liked him as a musician, actually. He's a decent writer and a really good drum player. I never understood the overall hype for him being the greatest drummer. Huge John Bonham fan. I have to put that out there. And Jason Bonham, actually, his son, is amazing, amazing drummer. I actually might go with Jason Bonham as one of my favorite drummers. He's a blast. And he was in the movie Rockstar. So that was a that was an awesome cameo. Yeah, this is kind of like a rock session 101. I am definitely a stuck in rock and roll, which I love. I love country too, though. There's a lot of stuff happening that is super fun. Um, I am a huge fan of the group Little Big Town. I missed that last one that was a little longer. If you want to rewrite that, Gino is always amazing. Um, I like that Axel got very over the top with like November Rain and stuff, but I don't know if they would have lasted anyway, even if they would have stayed together. Yes, movie Rockstar is it's the first movie I watched when I was on a tour bus. All right, we'll see you later. Which stuff don't you like? I'm trying to think. Oh, Periscope. Yeah, so rock and roll. I have a lot of it. I have a lot of documentaries. My favorite made up word. Oh, Axel. Yeah, he kind of went off the deep end, but I mean, he's doing his thing. I watched a few interviews recently, and He's still entertaining, but I mean, so few people can expect to be able to sing like that when they're, 20 years past their prime. That's just torture on your voice. I have heard the latest Steven Tyler country song. It's good. I don't work tomorrow morning technically. I have to ship out a bunch of merch, but I will probably get up and fix this piano action and ship off more. I have to call people. So that'll be probably around noon. I got an easy day tomorrow. But Pam is correct. Rod Stewart, yes. I always loved Maggie May. That was a great song. In fact, today I still have that on a handful of playlists that I listen to. It's actually Pan with an N, Heidi. You're getting it wrong. Yeah, Maggie May is a great song. It always reminds me of fall for some reason. Tom Petty is also great. I went through a huge Tom Petty phase. Yeah, Pan. There you go. It's Pan with an N. Billy Joel. It's crazy. I know a handful of Billy Joel songs, but I don't know any of his anthology. Like I really need to sit down and listen to him because I know I like his music. He's one artist I have not I keep missing. I keep thinking like I should grab an album or two, and then all of a sudden I'm like 2 years later somebody on Periscope's like Billy Joel. I'm like, "Ah, I forgot." Yeah. Oh, let's see. Any good recent groups that I've run across? Pamela it is then. It's a reference to the movie Step Brothers. Um, you'll have to watch it. I can't explain it. Oh no, you're totally gonna YouTube this. Pan. I see. Yeah, Home Free's a lot of Love and Theft is the most recent. I love Whiskey on Your Breath. That is a great. I think that's an album name. That's a really good album. Very refreshing. Haha, Pan, right back at you. But um, Love and Theft, Little Big Town for sure, new stuff. Um, gosh, some local acts. Made in Dixie, my friends are in that. They're really good. But I don't know. I unfortunately don't listen to the radio very often. Um, but yeah, what do you do? I listen to KQRS, which is all oldies. So the Tom Bernard morning. So I will tell Home Free to do Pontoon. I can't guarantee anything though. That might get weird since a female sings that. Yeah, Made in Dixie was just at Mystic. Those are my friends. I grew up with the male lead singer in that group. Him and I. Garth Brooks, Kenny Chesney, both good. I don't listen to him a ton though. But yeah, Made in Dixie, they're awesome. I grew up with a male lead singer. Second grade through senior high, I played almost every sport with him. So we go back a long way. And Jamie, who's playing Fire Road actually with me, used to play with them for 2, 3 years. That's how I met her a long time ago. And um, Drake, yes, also very entertaining. Yeah, so that's how Jamie and I ended up meeting. And yeah, I do not know who sings Kick Up the Dust. Luke Bryan. Yeah, it's crazy how small the country community, well, I don't want to say small because it's not necessarily small, but just kind of that small world you run into people. Um, Actually, if you guys ever listen, if you're Twins fans, there's a writer named Aaron Gleeman, and he did a Twins podcast for a long time, and then he writes for NBC for sports, I believe, and he is now on KFan doing Twins. And I wrote the theme song for his podcast with Johnny, and he works with Chris Hockey, who's also on KFan, also has his own band, is fairly prominent in the music country scene, especially in the Midwest. Randomly ended up at what festival was it? Country Fest with Jamie. We were out in Winstead, Minnesota. I forget which one that is. And the Minnesota Twins baseball team. And ended up in Chris Hockey's uh, camper or his tour rig, and I had no idea who he was, standing in his rig with a couple bandmates, and I wasn't even playing at this. I was just hanging out with them because they invited me. And I'm sitting next to him, we're talking, and I'm like, "Oh, are you Chris?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "Oh, you work with Aaron Gleeman," and all of a sudden, it was that weird small world thing again where we were all connected. So that was really fun. And yeah, I stood backstage for a couple big artists. That was fun. That was a good time. Pan. Yeah. What do you want to know about Fire Road? We basically it's a duo, me and Jamie, and we have other band members that are lined up. It's just really hard to get us all together in the same room, so we're starting it as a duo. But yeah, Jamie and I have been friends a long time and have a very common bond in country and rock music. So, what did I say with a Minnesota accent? Oh, geez, part of Fire Road there, yeah, yeah. Johnny is part of Fire Road. Um, Hopefully, I can do a video soon. It'll actually be a solo video, the one I'm thinking about right now, because it'll be the easiest to shoot and record in the time frame I'm looking at. It's just so hard for me to juggle everything and get all that stuff done, because I don't exactly have the overhead to just go and pay people. Yes, Jamie and Jeremy are both awesome. You get picked on for your Texas accent? Yeah, I am. I do a lot of different things. I always have a million irons in the fire. And uh, I love to do things myself. Like, I love to record it myself. I love to produce myself. I love to shoot video myself. I don't care if I'm in front of the camera, behind the camera. I love both angles. I actually went to acting school for 3 years, which was super fun. Um, so it's one of those things which is so hard for me to get stuff done because it's hard to fit all that in when you don't have people to help you. I think the worst thing about touring around the country is I don't get it too much. Some of the guys get it. We might set up a Patreon for Fire Road coming up. We just want to get our ducks in a row before we do it. But we, oh man, some of the guys will get, oh, are you guys, you must be from up north. And we've gotten Canada a couple times, which makes me laugh. I get California. Apparently, I have a fairly generic accent. Yeah, Austin definitely has a thick accent. I get California a lot. I also got made fun of by my southern relatives a lot for when I was younger. So, um, yeah, it's been a while, Deb. Um, and heck, I'm perfectly okay with the Canadian accents. I actually I love. I don't know how we get Canada. I think some of the guys actually there are words that they'll say that are definitely not neutral. It's kind of a Fargo thing. Nobody's bad, but there are certain words that'll come out weird. I would just like to go out on a limb and say that Canada is very nice. I love Canada. It's great. Ha, yeah, up there north. Nowhere near Fargo. That movie's not very close to accurate. I feel like we don't have that bad of an accent until you go up past Cloquet or Duluth, and then it starts to get a little thicker when you're up in the Iron Range. But yeah, Canada's awesome. They're great. It was super fun. Where were we? In Kelowna. After the show, I went out and hung out with some people, and we were at some cowboy dancing thing, and I don't dance. Chris likes to dance, and he always drags me out to go dance with him. And she said sorry, sorry, like every two sentences. I was like, that was cracking me up. I was like, you don't have to apologize for everything. But I was like, this is what Southern people must think of Minnesota. Kind of like what we think. But yeah, Kelowna was super fun. Oh, Buggs and I have a couple things up our sleeve. We're actually going to team up. We're hoping to do a few fun things together. I can't say what at this point, but yeah, Buggs, him and I are like two peas in a pod. Yeah, Pammy, step up your heart game. Chris is a pretty good dancer. Um, he when I hang out at his house, he a lot of his friends know how to dance too, so I'm not good at it, but they've tried to help me. Shenanigans. Or is that a Super Troopers reference? Yeah, no. I don't know what you're talking about. Pan. Oh, so anybody doing anything fun? My glass is empty. Don't judge. It's my night off. Hold on. I can't see. Yeah, more apple juice. I was laughing. I was watching Kirsten's video from Pentatonics, and her feed was full. It wouldn't let me comment. I was like, maybe that seems like a lot. Like I couldn't keep up with what was happening. I don't know how she was answering questions. Hanging out with Leslie. Oh man. So, you guys, who's doing anything exciting the rest of the summer? Yeah, it goes super fast. Work, me too. I'm trying really hard not to work too much, but oh, I'm always plotting. I think I'll have the last laugh. I have so much dirt on those guys, it's not even funny. So ultimately, I win. Just having the dirt. I don't even need to let anybody know. Too hot. That's been pretty good here. Decatur, that is right by Vandalia, Illinois. Go check it out. Original capital, Illinois. Haiti in a week. That sounds fun. My dad actually was just there in February. Oh, thank you, Pam, for all the love. Yeah, I got a pretty cush summer. I mean, when I work in big chunks. Like I work, 3 12-hour days doing sound installs. Maybe I'll do construction for a couple days of the week. But if I don't want to work, I don't. So I love it right now because I get to go on tour for a big chunk of time and hang out. And then I come back home and then I do whatever. Because I've been all my jobs for the last 10 years. Apparently, I've done well enough where they just keep asking me to do stuff. So this summer's been great. I've been fortunate enough to be able to pick my schedule and hang out with friends and family and um, go on zero dates. So, All my friends are getting married and having kids. I go on tour. So I suppose it's a trade-off, which is fun. Well, you guys are just blowing up the hearts. Why not? Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna call her. I actually did meet a very nice girl the other day, and hopefully I'll go on a date. She lives up in Duluth, which is like 2.5 hours away, so we'll see. I'm really bad at the whole dating thing. Um, yeah, it's hard. I'm very independent, and I feel like the girls I go on dates with are very independent also. So like every 3 months we're like, hey, oh yeah, no, we were friends, but we got busy. Things got busy, and so um, yeah, I don't know. Life is good though. I have no complaints. I wouldn't. You got to hop back in that dating pool. It's I don't know. It is what it is. Yep, totally, totally waiting. The dating scene is, I don't know. It's interesting. What do you? I mean, I actually love meeting people. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's just so hard when you intermingle bromance into it. I don't know, and I'm not at liberty to say even if I did know. Um, yeah, dating's interesting, man. I love meeting people. It's super fun, but I'm at a point in my life where I know what I want, and if you're not what I want, it's not personal at all. Um, yep, totally, totally waiting. The dating scene is, I don't know. It's interesting. What do you? I mean, I actually love meeting people. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's just so hard when you intermingle bromance into it. I don't know, and I'm not at liberty to say even if I did know. Um, yeah, dating's interesting, man. I love meeting people. It's super fun, but I'm at a point in my life where I know what I want, and if you're not what I want, it's not personal at all. Um, it just I know what works and doesn't work for me at this point, and I mean Taylor Swift probably wouldn't work, so I'm not gonna hold out. But no, I don't know. It'll happen when it happens. I'm not too worried. People can be mean. So you just gotta be resilient and tell them to piss off. She would probably be. I don't. I will make zero comments on how what she is like because I don't know her. But that lifestyle at that level, I don't know if that would be conducive to me. So for I that'd be a lot. What do I like to do on a date? I don't know. I like to go to the 50s Grill for one in Brooklyn Park. Favorite restaurant ever to go on a date. I'm very old school. I like going to restaurants and sitting down, having a good meal, and talking. I love talking. Um, I don't know. I always, well, I don't have my 73 Torino anymore, but I love taking my dad's 65 Plymouth Sport Fury out. That's always fun. Go out on a convertible date, maybe grab some ice cream, um, stuff like that. Uh, you know, nothing, nothing crazy. Just getting to know each other. Oh, you didn't know I like talking? Yeah. No, so yeah, dating's interesting at 29. Very 50s kind of guy. I love 50s. I don't know. I always, when I introduce anybody, any females to my mom, I always introduce her as June Cleaver. I am 29. Because my mom is the epitome of uh, just super like Minnesota nice. She is super sweet and always told me to treat ladies nice and always open doors and do stuff like that. And she's very old school, so in turn I turned out very old school. 86er. Yes, I do. Which actually opening doors for girls these days really throws them off because most girls don't expect it anymore, which is sad to me. I've had a few weird looks when I do that. So, yeah, but what do you do? Just keep rolling. Pam, I will probably lock the door behind me just to get away from you. 37, you're doing good. Yeah. Old school's a good way to be. I feel like a lot of people are losing that these days and just gets caught up in fast-paced life and sometimes you got to remember to be slow down and texting is the biggest thing is it drives me nuts. I like texting. I'd be lying if I said I didn't, but it's very hard when you're trying to get to know somebody because I feel like you get bits and pieces and you don't get the mistakes of conversation, and the mistakes of conversation are good, I think. And sometimes I stick my foot in my mouth, but yeah, I did not make Pam cry. I meant Pan. But yeah, sometimes it's good to stick your foot in your mouth and you have to apologize for things or, lightly step around what you just said. I think that's part of getting to know somebody. You get to see how resilient they are. Pan. Rub some dirt on it, you'll be fine. Nope, it isn't for everybody. I'd like to think that someday I'll get married and have kids. I mean, I have plenty of time. I'm not in any hurry, but it'll happen. I still love you too, Pan, even though I'm gonna lock the door behind me the next time. Uh, I kid because I care. Merch has actually been one of such a blessing in disguise. When they asked me to do it, I originally didn't know if I wanted to. And their manager Luke called me up and had a conversation about it and said, "Hey, I'll give it a try and see what happens." And I have loved every minute of it. If I'm not gonna play selling merch for Home Free, and a lot of it has to do with them because they're just so great. They're great being around. They're great to tour with. And their fans are fun, so that makes it a lot easier. Because I've known merch guys for other groups through the years, and they're not quite as happy with their job. But I love my job. I count myself very lucky. To hear country music. Where are you at? I'm assuming East Coast. They are super talented. In fact, I forget how talented they are because there are times when, especially like Adam, because he's such a unique instrument. Oh, I don't remember the first selfie. Adam has such a unique instrument that the other guys are all talented and they're like super, super talented. But there's a million singers out there. There's not a million beatboxers that can do that. And it blows my mind. I sometimes have to remember that he's as good as he is because it just, yeah, Pam, actually, I think you were, actually at the state fair. Adam is an instrument. His voice, what he does is an instrument. And I forget how unique it is sometimes because I hear it every night. So, yes, I play a lot of instruments. Play guitar, bass, drums, keys, little harmonica, little mandolin. Um, I think that's it. But I don't know. Yeah, Pam was actually one of the first people I met as a merch guy, and I wasn't even the merch guy. I literally showed up to help, and they were like, "You're in charge." Yes, in fact, on my album, I recorded all the parts with the exception of the drums and the lead guitar. And then Johnny sang some of his parts. But Renaissance, some of that stuff is fun. I don't play much of it because it just doesn't end up on the docket, but I enjoy it. It's fun to run across people who do. Well, Pan, what can I say? But yeah, I'm always interested in new instruments, actually. I love learning different things. There's a reason I tune pianos and fix pianos. It's just a hobby I picked up, and there was a need for it at the music store I worked at, and had some fun. So, yeah, why was Pan drawn to Boog? I would also like to know this. I will be there. Yep, I will be there for the fair this year. But well played. Well, I will golf clap that one, but I only have one hand because I have to hold this. Hey, you don't have to be musical to appreciate music, though. It happens. It's spotty in my family. There are some of my family members that are very talented, and some that don't do much with music. But overall, music was pretty big in my mom's family. I grew up in a polka band. Fun fact of the day. Started on drums with my uncle Jerry, who Jerry Rhodes is named after. And yeah, kind of learned saxophone after that, then guitar, then keys. Nighty night. Yeah, I was in a polka band growing up. Nice. Um, Down in Texas, you guys heard of Zane? I want to say Williams. Yeah, it's getting late. I'm probably gonna have to go to bed myself here. Cello. That's a good one. There are two people. There's what is it? Two cellos or something like that. Is it cello? Big YouTube thing right now is super cool. What combo? What do you want to talk about? Bassoon. That is a tough instrument. Double reeded. It's not too. It's never too late. I actually wrote a song called that once, called Wait. And the catch is it's not too late. Go check it out. It's on iTunes under Jerry Rhodes, who is now retired, even though we might shoot a Jerry Rhodes video coming up. Shh, don't tell anybody. I don't know if it'll happen though, because it'll take a lot of coordinating. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh yeah. The hearts are flowing like the salmon of Capistrano tonight. I don't know when I'll go on tour. That's a tough one. Um, it's hard to balance my life right now with Home Free and my band, especially trying to start Fire Road. But hopefully we do stuff next summer when I have a break and during the winter when I have 2.5 months off. So, we're trying to figure it out. It's really tough because I obviously can't just turn down Home Free because one, I love the job, and two, they're, amazing to work with. So I love my job and it pays good money, and how can I turn that down? I mean, it's music related. I do more networking through them than I do anywhere else. East Coast, I would love to go to the East Coast. In fact, I would love to go back to Boston. That is one of my favorite cities. I don't know if I'll be in England with them. That is up in the air. I don't get to do any of the, adventurous places. Like when they randomly fly to England, I don't normally do those because it's just not cost. It doesn't make sense to pay that much money for me and merch to go. Boston is amazing. I had so much fun there on our fall tour. Yeah, it's not too far from Philly. Uh, Boston, I equate it to St. Paul actually, but it's a lot bigger and a lot older. But there's a lot of cool stuff in Boston. I thought it was very interesting walking around the whole city on our day off. Absolutely amazing. And it didn't hurt that, I got to hang out with my friend Allison. So, what do you do? It was a good time. Got to see all the historical sites. We didn't get to Chinatown. We got to the harbor. Got to see Tom Brady's house. Disney World. I've never been to Disney World or Disneyland. I was deprived as a child. I was forced to go to Valley Fair. Only Minnesota people will understand that. Very random. Seattle was fun. We didn't get to spend very much time there, but I very much like the woods and the hills, mountains. So I would love to check that out more. Ah, my dad's actually from Eugene, Oregon. He grew or was born there. All the Minnesota peeps are talking about Valley Fair. Minnesota's a great place for you know, employment. We have a lot of major corporations set up here. Target headquarters. Have oh, who else? I have a bunch. Yeah, come get a job in Minnesota. It's nice. Thing I like about Minnesota separates out all the Sallies. If you can't handle winter, you're probably not going to make it. We're a hardy bunch here. Yes, Oregon's going to be fun. Actually, our promoter rep is from Oregon, so hopefully we get to stop by Abe's place. He has a farm, family farm out there. Corkscrew was fun. I haven't been on that in years. Yep, it is in your blood. You're going to complain about it every second, just like me. But at the end of the day, you kind of miss it when it's gone. Yeah, Minnesota is. I know Tim complains a lot about it, but I love it. It's home. I will die here, unless I die on tour somewhere, which I hope I don't. But I will die an old man with white hair in Minnesota somewhere. I love driving in it, actually. It's beautiful. There's lots of things to do here. At least I think there's lots of things to do aside from the Mall of America. If you ever get a chance to go up north, it is amazing. It's a lot like Maine. Um, yeah, probably Maine, and from the little I saw of the Northwest, kind of like that too. Yes, I have a SUV with four-wheel drive. That's You should buy something with good tires and four-wheel drive in Minnesota. Maine without the lobsters, yes. We just have lots of walleye. Uh, yeah, that's kind of fun. I like this whole chatting thing. Really? An hour and a half? Dang, that's crazy. You live on the other side of the cities. Yep, that's where the Mall of America is. Largest mall in America, in Minnesota, Bloomington to be exact. I'm lazy pan. All right, so I'm gonna give like a 5 minute warning here and probably hit the hay and go watch Chuck, because that is my favorite TV show. If anybody runs into Yvonne Strahovski, tell her I said hello. And actually, Zachary Levi for that matter, man, I love him too. That show is just amazing. That is, they are, ugh, such a good cast. They cast that thing so phenomenally. I love it. I also avoid it unless I have to go there because Home Free is playing there. Oh, really? Where are you at? Was it Comic-Con? Wait, what? I don't get the besties for the resties thing. We'll see you later, Janice. All right, we'll see you later. Good night, Mama Donna. Sorry, I'm trying to read all these. We'll see you guys. Uh, Apparently it does for me. I don't know. Although I've been staying up late the last couple nights, so my sleep schedule's off. I keep freezing up. I have full service. I'm on my house internet. All right. If everybody's getting tired or Periscope's getting tired, I suppose it's time for me to say goodbye. But until next time, be excellent to each other. Rock and roll. Have a good time. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.